What drives you to excel when others falter? What makes you rise above the rest and fuel your inner fire? Join me as I dive deep into what really makes us rise above the rest and fuel that inner fire. Let's see if I can discover my own motivation. What drives us to push beyond our limits and achieve greatness? It's that spark within us, a fire that burns bright and guides us through life's challenges. This inner motivation is what sets the high achievers apart from the rest. It's not just about talent or luck. It's about having the resilience to keep going even when the going gets tough. One of the biggest hurdles we face on this journey is self-doubt. It's that nagging voice in our heads that tells us we're not good enough or that we'll never succeed. External obstacles can also be a major roadblock. Things like lack of resources, support, or opportunities. I remember a specific moment just 2 years ago when I was about to launch this very channel. The voice was deafening. It said, "Who are you to give advice? You'll fail in the first month. Everyone will laugh." That night, I spent 4 hours staring at the publish button, crippled by the fear of a zero view count. It wasn't the external challenge of the algorithm. It was the internal war with my own inadequacy. Beyond that inner critic, the world will throw roadblocks at you. Maybe it's a corporate ladder that feels rigged, or a financial setback that forces you to pause your dream project. For me, it was taking on a second job just to fund the basic equipment for my first few videos. I was tired, burnt out, and felt like I was running on a treadmill that was stuck on high speed. The struggle wasn't the absence of opportunity. It was the persistent presence of exhaustion. This is the reality, and this is why that inner fire is your only compass. So, where do we find the motivation to overcome these barriers? For some, it's a personal experience that sparks a fire within. For others, it's a role model or mentor who inspires and motivates. A growth mindset is also crucial, embracing challenges as opportunities for growth and learning. My greatest motivation didn't come from a billionaire on a stage. It came from my grandmother. She grew up with nothing, worked 3 jobs, and never once complained about the unfairness of it all. Her philosophy was simple. Effort is free. Failure is information. That one phrase became my mantra. It allowed me to look at the low view counts on my first video not as a sentence, but as a data point. I stopped being scared of failing and started asking, what did this failure teach me about my title, my hook, my editing? To activate this inner fire, you need a framework, not just a feeling. I call it the 3DS of inner drive. 1. Ditch the perfectionism. 2. Define the tiny next step. 3. Deploy immediately. You don't need a 5-year plan. You need to know what you're doing in the next 5 minutes. Stop waiting for motivation to hit you like lightning. Start moving, and the motivation will follow like a shadow. I had poured 6 months of my life into a business pitch. I did everything right, but on the day of the presentation, the main client walked out mid-sentence. I drove home and felt completely defeated. But instead of crying, I did something different. I recorded a simple 5-minute video detailing exactly how I had failed, what I had learned, and how I was going to try again. I put out there, raw and unedited. That video, that honest confession of failure, became my most viewed video that month. The comments weren't mockery, they were support. It was in that moment I understood. The journey is the content. The struggle is the connection. Success isn't about hiding your wounds. It's about showing them and realizing that everyone else has them, too. That realization transformed my approach to challenges. giving me the courage to stop chasing perfect and start embracing authentic. That's when the real push, the true inner roar, finally began. In conclusion, rising above the rest and fueling our inner fire requires a combination of resilience, motivation, and a growth mindset. By understanding what drives us and overcoming our barriers, we can achieve greatness and live a fulfilling life. If you've ever had a moment where you felt like giving up but found a way to push through, I'd love to hear about it in the comments below. Your stories can inspire others, and who knows, you might just help someone else find their inner fire. Don't forget to check out my next video, where I'll be diving deeper into personal development and sharing more insights on how to achieve your goals.